All right, I'll do my best.
Do your worst, like the Dolphins.
Oh, we're live.
Yeah, whoops. Didn't see you guys there.
Let me put something
So-
on more covering.
I'm so sick of this shit. It's every season. It's the same movie. Like, what? You do go insane because you're like, I saw this every single season. Like, and you start questioning reality. Are we in the Matrix? Is this a simulation? Is Elon Musk correct about simulation theory? Welcome back to the Dive Bar, episode 29. We're really excited to be here.
You can feel our enthusiasm.
Couldn't be happier right now. Couldn't
Just
be happier.
living the dream. Just living the
And-
dream.
We're early as usual, so that's really good. Bobby didn't get on till about 1 minute ago. Me and Eric were sitting here for about 20 minutes.
Unbelievable. Lack of punctuality from this guy.
Lack of punctuality. Guys
I'll let that
texting us,
ride.
guys texting us, and he's not even on yet. But do we even roll the tape? I guess we're
Gotta roll the tape. The
We gotta
people
roll
need it. Let's roll it. Here we go.
I'm putting the helmet on as always.
The opportunity is right now.
Terrific defensive play. Intercepted. Off the back. On the move. Going deep. Speed race. He's got Hill. He's got Hill. The Dolphins have recaptured the lead.
All of those things feel like a lifetime ago of just like joy and happiness, and it just doesn't seem right. Although I guess we are in December now, so this is the time where shit does hit the fan every year, so I guess we're right on track. But how you guys doing today?
We're just ahead of the curve this year, so that's
Just slightly.
yeah.
No, the sad part is we're not, because this thing's going to drag out all the way to the end. You know it is. So you can give up on it. You can write it off. It doesn't matter. It's going to keep showing up every Sunday.
Oh, we're gonna win at least 4 more games for sure.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if we win the next 5 straight up. Like,
Absolutely.
just so we can make the back door away into the playoffs and just get smacked on the road somewhere cold again.
No, we'll go 10-7 and then miss the playoffs on a technicality, like something that never happens ever.
Just like strength, it goes to like strength of schedule or like strength of opponent played or some shit.
Yeah, it would come down to like it would come down to some like the most absurd tiebreaker, like AFC East teams in weather 70+ degrees while grass is 3 or 4 inches. It'll be the most obscure tiebreaker ever, and we'll be like the 3rd ever team with 10 wins to miss a playoffs.
And then Chris Greer's job will be safe because of said technicality.
I think it's already safe.
You think they're just going to use the two of her for 4 games excuse again?
I think you're just going to run it back, but like, I mean, we could go down a road here, but it should just come back to Greer then, because you didn't prioritize the backup quarterback position, and look what happened. God forbid, Bo Nix was our backup quarterback. Might have won 4 more games.
I saw that on Twitter today. That shit's so ridiculous. Like, we were never taking fucking Bo Nix at like whatever. He was picked at like 12 or whatever. Like, people need to get off their
I think
fucking.
he was a top 15 pick for sure, right?
Just like get off of these fucking shoe boxes that they just want to yell at from the mountaintops. Like, get fucking real for just a second. Like, goddamn.
I do think we should have upgraded the backup quarterback position though, and we probably would have had at least 2 more wins. At least 2. I'll give them 2.
100%.
Easily. Like, with the shitty product we rolled out there, we damn near won some of those games. So, like,
The Colts game was just a couple fumbles away. Like, that wasn't even the quarterback could have been anybody that game. We were going to win that game, and then 2 fumbles and whatnot. But yeah, let's like, we're getting off topic here. We're commonly do, but let's just jump into the Packers game. Let's just talk about the Packers game.
Go ahead. Do you guys want to give game balls? Because I don't.
no. Game balls are for wins.
I can't give a singular game ball. Even our boy Jalen Ramsey, I hype the guy up every single episode, and he couldn't tackle a rock.
Sorry, y'all. I was cutting jaw lips earlier, and I didn't wash my hands well enough, apparently, and now my eyes are cooked. So if I look crazy,
That's all right.
I'm not crying. These aren't happy tears because of the Dolphins.
I'm definitely just crying. I'm literally just crying.
These are just tears of pain and jollops. Yeah,
Hey,
prayer. Yeah, shout out to
Prayers
Joe.
to Joe's dog. Also, happy birthday to the boy Desi.
Hey, happy birthday, Desi! You spending your birthday with us at the dive board, dog? Shots on us, homie.
Desi, you got to go to DJs. He knows about DJs.
Is Desi down here? Or he's in PA
We're,
with you.
we're actually
He's in New
hosting his
Jersey.
birthday party.
He's in New Jersey. Yeah, there he is.
Oh, Jersey. It's probably cold as tits up there right now, ain't it?
And it's like 30, so it's not that cold. Don't worry.
Right. I know neither of you guys are here, and Joe's not here to talk about it either. But for our South Florida people, like we're having like the 10-day window of like the best weather we get all year, and we're like on day like 7 or 8, like they're dwindling away. But it's like 50 in the morning, like 60s during the day, just blue skies. It's just prime stuff right now.
It's cool, but it's also bad. Like here, like it's the same here. We wake up and it's like 36. You put your hoodie on to go to work, and by the time 10 o'clock rolls around, you're fucking sweating. And you're like, you lose your hoodie every day. Yeah, bring another hoodie.
Ooh, 30 is cold though. That's oof.
It's not that cold from the Northeast, dude.
For you
It's
guys.
pretty bearable.
But
yeah,
anyways, the Packers
right.
game. What do you
Packers
guys?
game.
What are your thoughts? Just quickly. I mean, you want to talk about your favorite unit of all time, Ghost? Your defense, your precious defense.
I'd love to talk about the yeah. Let's actually start with the defense.
We should. Let's talk about your precious defense.
Let's talk about the defense. Let's see. Started the game right. Is that a punt? 3 and out to start the game.
This is going to be his one great takeaway, and then 57 minutes of torture.
You start the game with a 3 and out. Beautiful series. 2
pressures. Getting to Jordan Love.
Got the ball out, the ball hitting the ground, and I'm like, here we go. This is going to be yet another elite defensive performance, one of the many that the defense has put on throughout the season. 15-point games, 19-point games. You still want to complain about that 19-point game, by the way?
Have some shame, God damn it.
You don't want to complain about the 19 points? Okay, I figured you didn't want to complain about the 19 points now.
He's still avoiding 6 possessions.
Yeah.
So then the Danny Crossman special. Does he watch guys catch punts at practice?
But you missed the first Danny Crossman special to start the game. The huge return.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The defense bailed them out as they
that's what made that cliff fall hurt so bad is that they came out 50-yard line. You're like, oh, here we fucking go. Defense does bail them out, brings the energy back to our side, and it bam right in the fucking kisser.
And then Malik Washington, a guy that has been playing pretty well, and boys. Once that cold weather hits your fingertips and you're used to that Miami weather, all you soft-shelled scumbags down in South Florida can't handle a little tingle on the fingers, drops the football and completely sucks the air out of the defense. You put them in a terrible position. They make the Packers run, 8 plays inside the 10-yard line and, Storm Duck, or it was Cam Smith, I forget whoever was going for that interception, really almost had it. I mean, you can't really do much when you don't really have any starters out there, but 20% of the salary cap, I think they did pretty good on that first drive.
That's an excuse.
And then flip side of the ball, good thing we scored a touchdown in the first half, at least the first 3 quarters. They did a great job as well. I'll let somebody take the offense.
Bob?
Yeah, I think I think everybody, when you play a game like this, no one is free of criticism. So like everyone gets a little bit, clearly. But I will say this. I think that I'll say this. This is my takeaway after reading the sorry ass timeline for a week. If you are spending your time bitching about Tua this week, you missed the whole game. You've missed the entire game. Like Tua's on the list.
He's on
very low on the list.
If you spent this last 72 hours trying to tell people how you were right about Tua, I don't know how the hell you even show up Monday on Twitter and decide that's your angle, because that's least of our worries. That's least of our worries.
Saturday, Sunday, because motherfuckers were off all weekend. That shit was a cesspool.
Yeah, imagine like the jobless people on Twitter, and then they also have the holiday off. Like they're definitely not doing anything. But I do agree that Tua is further down the list than most of the people that are on my list. I didn't even participate in the discourse because it was just like you're just not motivated to even talk about the team. I just wasn't even motivated. I was home for the holiday. I was home for like 7 days, didn't work, and just I just didn't even want to talk about the team. I don't think I said 2 words all week. In
You're
the
back
chat,
to tweeting. You're gonna be back to tweeting during the games now, right?
Yeah, we got to switch it up.
I don't think it even matters anymore. Like, we have the Jets coming up, another losing team. So I'm sure that Tua's going to throw for 330 yards, have a 78%. We're going to score 41 points. Everyone's going to say, well, this is what we are. This is our identity. Warm weather. Defense is probably going to intercept Rodgers. Maybe we'll finally get one of the safeties to get an interception this season. Hopefully, we can have one interception at safety this year. But you know how you know exactly how this game is going to go.
You can't intercept the ball when you're laying on your back.
We're going to be able to tackle because it's warm. There's going to be no muff punts, no drop balls. Waddle's going to get involved, and it's just going to be an overall. I guess it's going to be kind of lachrymose feeling of when we win this game. It's like, yeah, we won, but at what cost for the rest of the season? What's it going to look like?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we get vintage Aaron Rodgers this weekend, just because, like, he just comes out, just
That's an option.
Green Bay, just slanging the pill all over the fucking yard. Just he's gonna find Cam Smith or Storm Duck and just throw, just nonstop.
He's gonna be finishing his throws like this, doing the Aaron Rodgers shit when he's finally feeling himself. It's gonna be annoying.
By the way, the Cam Smith project is done. That's another miss on Chris Greer's list. The Storm Duck project is done. That's another, whatever. I guess that was cute for a little bit. Undrafted free agent. You can't really be mad about it, but yeah, that shit is done. The Rob Jones, Liam Eichenberg combo, that's done.
When was that started?
I mean, we had a little span there of good run game, but this past month, who actually deserves a game ball? Didn't even play? Austin Jackson. Since we lost Austin Jackson, our run game has been in the toilet. That's the only correlation.
Who would have thought? 2024 dialogue.
You know what, Chris Gear? You get another hit on your fucking belt because Austin Jackson is now a hit. That's a hit.
You know what I really love is when Austin Jackson isn't playing in the game and we keep running outside zone to the right. I love that. I love that.
Can't block. He's only good at
right at Kendall Lamb's butt inside the 1 yard line. Don't run towards your all pro left tackle. Don't do that.
Who had arguably his worst game as a Dolphin this Thursday.
It probably was, but still, I mean,
bad time for it.
It's just, I think everybody, like, the allegations, like, I understand. I don't really love the cold allegation. I think it's a good team allegation, but
this right here. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. This is absurd.
That's a valid point.
It's a valid point.
He called those plays. He was
there was some shitty plays.
There was some
shitty plays.
Shitty plays.
Come on, man.
Shitty plays.
Give me a break.
But I mean, dude, we did score 3 points in the first half. Like,
yeah,
it's just unacceptable. Happened. The person who touches the football and the highest paid employee in the team, I mean, you got to put some weight on. I'm saying he's far down the list. I mean, guys like Aaron Brooks. Jesus Christ, I'm getting Aaron Brewer mixed up. Jordan Brooks. Jordan Poyer is like sitting on the throne of my number one.
If I have to see his wife tweet anything more about how great Buffalo is, I'm gonna freak out.
But there's many players above Tua that I'd put on that list. But I mean, dude, your offense scores 3 points. You there's no way you played a great game in the first half. Like, you can't say like you played great.
The whole offense played terrible in the first half.
The whole team took the first half off.
Can we just have a moment? Like, what the fuck did Raheem Mostert say to Mike McDaniel? Like, I get he fumbled in 2 games, but like that was 6 games ago. He's still our best running back. Like, what the fuck?
We are still running A-chain up the middle. Like, I don't understand.
And why?
I'm like,
Jeff
okay.
Wilson was active. You don't want to give Jeff Wilson just a touch at the one. See if you could just get up in there, big guy. No.
Why would you do that when you can run a reverse with A-chain?
The reason why A-Chan didn't score on that play is because he got stood up at the line. Like, it was a one-on-one tackle. And I mean, Raheem Mostert falls forward, Jeff Wilson falls forward. That's, the game's completely different. It is unfortunate how stubborn McDaniel is. That's a very good point. But we've known that. And it's like every time that we get down in a game, you see the real Mike McDaniel come fucking crashing back to earth.
We were down 14-0 in a blink of an eye, and I was like, this is a wrap because he's going to start chasing now.
He's just going to start chasing the points.
And he did.
And dude, I don't understand. You'll see these clips where like our receivers get clamped and our route combinations get clamped. And you look over, you pause the tape, you're looking at the middle of the field, and it's completely bare for like if you drew a 15-yard box, nobody's in the middle of the field. No defenders, no wide receivers, no running backs running a check down, no Jonnu Smith doing a release and route, like nothing. And I'm like, I have seen this before. We saw it in the Bills game week 2, where everyone's just going deep out routes, deep curl routes. Like
Mike McDaniel doesn't know what a mesh route is.
He loses his mind.
To be objective, the Achane reverse was a shitty play call, but somebody missed their block. I don't know if it was Jonnu or Kendall Lamb, but somebody needed to get the edge. You can't let the edge free rusher come off.
The thing is,
play on 1st and goal at the 9. Like, what are we doing?
It's a stupid play call. But Bobby, if you do know this, because once I say you're gonna be like, you're actually right. That blocker is a free release on that play always. He just played it. He played it very wide. He played it very well. But on that play, when we do the end around, just like that or the jet sweep, that is always a free rusher. He's supposed to be crashing down, but he played it very well. I know what it looked like, but that was by design, and it's worked many times when you have Tyreek, Achane. They usually just run right past the guy, but he played it very well. But it's a dumb play. Like
it's a dumb play.
It's a dumb play.
It's a Dolphins play. It's a very soft
Dolphins
play. It's fucking stupid and soft, and it fits every narrative. It's terrible.
Yeah, then we go to the 9-yard line, we lose 2 yards, then we back it up with a quick pass that loses another 2 yards. And that's all she wrote, folks.
What is the narrative? What is the narrative now?
Well, there's many. I have a list. Do you want the list?
Yeah, give me the list.
Can't win. Well, the big one is can't win against teams with winning record at the time.
To me, that's the only narrative.
That's top.
Yeah.
And then the next one after that is can't win below 60 degrees.
I think it's 40.
Jesus Christ.
I think it's 60.
I think it's 40.
I've seen 60, but fine. We'll go. Let's split the difference. We'll go can't win below 50 degrees, which is unbelievable. And then the next one is that we're soft, which, yes, soft.
Okay, but here's my thing.
23 tackles and not say something
20
about
missed tackles. 20.
You can't.
You don't even see that in high school.
No. Sorry, Bobby. Go ahead.
No, you're good. My thing is we've never lost to a bad team in any condition. I really think it's just a over 500 thing. You show up to a team that's truly prepared and has real football players, and you get your ass kicked. It's just that simple. I
think it really comes down to coaching. McDaniel just gets outclassed significantly in these games. Like Matt LaFleur, like, dude, he's nothing to fuck with. Kyle Shanahan, all these guys, like Mike Vrabel coming into Miami 2 years ago.
Yeah. Oh,
for 20 or last year, 2020.
We're gonna beat the Niners now because they're hurt. Like, yeah, Kyle Shanahan's gonna put on a fucking clinic against us.
Like they just get outclassed. They get like superbly outclassed, and they play these disciplined defenses where they're hitting their drops. They're playing great gap integrity. They know what plays are coming. They know they are keying on they're keying on that dig sail rail route combination that McDaniel absolutely loves.
You don't even run that anymore.
And when they do it, it's clear. Dude, you saw Tua. Look, he snaps the ball. I'm gonna go left-handed here. Snaps the ball, and he's staring at his first read, and like you can see him, like that's completely fucking locked. When usually, like against the Patriots, Raiders, whatnot, that ball's already out in 1 second. Then you see him look over, and then look over, and then look back, and then throw the pass. And it's like you don't see him do that against the Patriots. You don't see him do that against the Raiders. You don't see him do that against the Panthers. But these teams are literally like they know exactly what's coming from Mike McDaniel. Like there's you know what I'm talking about. Though, like you don't see Tua do that ever unless it's like a well-coached, disciplined team. The ball's out. Like the ball's constantly out of his hand.
I think I was reading somewhere. It's all the narratives are like whatever, they're fine. But I think it's really like a road. Like, we're not good on the road under any circumstance. Like, we're just not good.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I can easily find it. But, like, I think that the stats on the road are just, like, in the McDaniel era are just, like, horrendous. But yeah, just just an overall just full Dolphins meltdown on Thursday night. We all knew it was over the second that punt was muffed. Like that was just. I looked over my uncle who got me into being a Dolphins fan. Like I love him, but also
that motherfucker.
Yeah, because here I am, and he's just like, well, that's that, and I was just like, God damn it, he's right. I know he's right. Like fuck, it's so bad.
Look, this isn't an excuse, but it sucks that we never get to just like, look, don't get me wrong. We do this to ourselves, but falling behind, it's like we never get to like just play a normal game in these situations. It's always something insane. Like we have to muff a punt inside the 10 after a crazy stop that was like super clutch. It was just, it's only us. Like we never get to truly see 60 minutes of like a game because we somehow will be down 14-0 in the first 4 minutes. And these kind of, I don't know, like maybe that's just more proof that we just aren't on this level.
I think this needs to be discussed with what Desi's talking about with Fangio, because like Fangio said it last year, like these guys aren't ready for this, aren't built for this. Then we get the Deshaun Elliott stabs, we get other people saying shit, we get Jordan Brooks calling the team soft, and like if it clucks like a chicken, it looks like a chicken.
Well, dude,
probably a chicken and a soft one at that.
That's 4 players. 3
and a
of
coach,
them.
And a first ballot Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah, and a first ballot Hall of Fame coach.
Who has the number 1 defense in the NFL right now by leaps and bounds and just shut down Lamar. Like made Lamar look pedestrian.
It was Fangio saying like these players aren't disciplined. They're very difficult to coach and they don't want to play football. Jordan Brooks literally was like, dude, we're soft. Jordan Poyer comes in. He's like, everyone in the league knows that if you get the jump on the Dolphins, they're fucked. They're not going to come back.
They're crumbling.
Deshaun Elliott, I think we all know what he said. He's like, dude, those players are fucking pussies. And the 5th one was Jalen Ramsey at the start of camp saying like, dude, if you want to be soft, and he's like, that's not the place here for it. Everyone here, like you got to shut down these narratives. And at what point do we as fans stop like ragging on prior coaches who left the team and said that like they're uncoachable?
Never, because it's a lot funner and easier to rag on them when they leave than to just be like, they were probably right.
To be fair, that's a rite of passage for a Dolphin fan, so I'm never giving that up.
That Hall of Fame old bag of bones was probably right.
Like Brian Flores, I mean, Minnesota defense looking great. And like I said,
Brian Flores was always a good defensive coordinator, though. That's not in question.
And some head coaches, probably most head coaches, actually, because there's only probably like 10 mainstay head coaches in the league. The rest is a carousel constantly. Most head coaches are great coordinators, but they're not good head coaches.
It's hard.
And Vic Fangio wasn't a good head coach, great defensive coordinator. Brian Flores, fantastic defensive coordinator. Couldn't relate to the players the way that some people wanted him to. Now that's arguable to me. Is like, was he just being a coach instead of a best friend?
Well, I think one thing I struggled with.
I digress.
That guy was a dickhead. I'll never let anything nice be said about Brian Flores. That guy set us back this franchise probably 15 years, because if it wasn't for him, and if you would have just simply fucking played Josh Rosen instead of having to be, the tough guy, then who would be under center for us right now. And that's why I'll never forgive Brian Flores.
So Joe Burrow was your number 1. It's on record.
You did say it. You did say it.
Did you watch football that year? Did you watch a little college ball that year? Catch any SEC games on Saturday on CBS?
Record-setting year.
Hey, the problem. Look, let's say Brian Flores was a great guy. Let's say that he still had issues. The motherfucker would not build an offensive staff. He had pride issues. He wouldn't put talented, smart people around him. One thing I will say, and it might not work, and we might fire McDaniel after this season. I don't know.
Doubt it.
McDaniel has over. Okay, that's my point. I'm saying this to my point to say this is the point. McDaniel is not afraid to put smart people around him who might know more than he does about certain things, because he knows he don't know this. He tried to get Fangio. He went and got Weaver. He's constantly brought veterans in. Hell, our linebackers coach was a DC before he came here. Like, he's constantly brought people that can help him do shit that he does not have a clue about. Flores was like, hell no. If you have any talent on the offensive side, you're going to have a voice? Hell no, I ain't having it. And what do you know? He never had an offense.
Remember that time we had 2 OCs?
3.
Dude, that was crazy. Yeah, because you don't know who was calling the plays. It could have been Flores.
Yeah, it was 3.
What a shit show, man. So
You didn't
that's
know-
my thing.
you had
Regardless of
You had
Go
one
ahead.
person radio the play to him, and then the other person radioed the play to the guy on the sideline. The guy on the sideline called the play into the quarterback. Most insane system I've ever heard of in my life.
hey, and Flores was probably sitting there trying to green light and red light and everything they said. Nope. Yep. Okay.
Did the college football playoff, did they just drop? Is that like official?
I think so.
Miami's not in.
Harrison, that's
Is
what
it,
you
not
saying.
12, is it not 12 teams this year?
It is.
Goal. They didn't make 12?
They didn't even
Nope.
make 12. Hold on. I'm gonna go check.
Alabama made it, huh?
Yeah, Bama made it. Obviously. Oh, that gives me life.
Jesus Christ, that's not good.
Arizona State at number 12. Fuck yeah, that gives me life.
Arizona State. I really gotta start watching football because this shit's confusing to me. I don't even know half these
All
teams.
the
Are good.
obnoxious Miami fans,
Oh boy.
enjoy the pinstripe ball. Fucking losers. Best
Somebody
quarterback
said
franchise
not
ever had.
official yet until Sunday after the conference championship. I thought that's how it worked.
I thought so too. Miami's not making it in.
Well, I think if Miami wins the ACC championship, are they in the ACC championship?
Sure aren't, Bobby.
Never
All they
mind.
had to do was beat Syracuse as a 21-point favorite on Saturday, and they would have made it. But alas,
Well, they barely lost, so.
horseshoes and hand grenades, my boy. Horseshoes and hand grenades. If Joe was here, he'd be cursing my name. He was real quiet in our chat on Saturday when I was going ham about how bad Miami is. But anyways, that's a story for another time.
What is FSU's record though?
Don't know, don't care, because guess what? Miami and
I
us are
think y'all
going to
got
be
the
in the
opposite
same place
records.
during the national championship on our fucking couches. So it don't matter.
Who's y'all's favorite? Who's y'all's favorite in college football right now? Is there a juggernaut?
It's
No,
like there's a lot
it's
of
not
parity.
Because like Oregon's
Ohio
number
State
one,
is
right?
Terrible. Georgia's like on any given day, depending on how Carson Beck wants to play.
I think Texas can win it all, dude.
Texas maybe, but they would have like what's his Sarkisian would have to have the sack to bench Quinn Ewers and put Archie Manning in because Quinn Ewers is not good.
Dude, I think
And
Archie
Arch
Manning
Manning
is
is
so
much
cool
better.
because he's the only Manning that's going to be running the football. Like a
J-Cap,
psycho.
Ohio State just lost to Michigan. Like they're not good either. They're terrible with the highest NIL in the whole country.
I don't trust. I don't.
Dude,
I
Their
don't trust.
quarterback stinks.
dude, what the hell's it called?
I like-
Rivalry Saturday was insane.
I like Oregon. Oregon's pretty good. Oregon's pretty solid.
Here's our college football expert tuning in.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, there we go. There you
There's
go, Blizzy.
Blizzy.
You got one damn job. This is your episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Texas could really win it all.
Yeah,
Oregon
but-
always worries me because they play good all year, and then they're like Notre Dame, and I love Notre Dame. They play good all year, beating the shit out of people, and then you put them in the real group, and it's like, oh, never mind, they're Pac-12.
I mean,
Penn
how are you
State.
going to defend J-Cap? You just lost to Michigan. Like, they're like,
No.
you
I'm
guys were
surprised they
21
didn't-
point favorites against Michigan. You lost. They're a 500 team. They're
I'm
terrible.
surprised they
You're
didn't
terrible.
slide further than 8. You know, that was a beatdown by a team that was not good.
What?
Ohio State.
Hey,
Oh.
that's how those rivalry
Then they
games
got-
go, though, man. You got to
then
throw
they
everything
got-
out the door.
Those Michigan players, poor Michigan kids got fucking pepper sprayed by those Ohio cops. They were quick to turn the
Dude,
pepper
that was
spray that way.
crazy.
Because you know they're fans. Like you know those
100%.
those cops were Ohio State fans.
100%. No doubt
They were
about it.
they were taking a little bit out on them.
They're like, all right, this is my shot right here to take them out.
My wife was like, "Did they just get pepper sprayed?" And I'm like, I look at the screen, I'm like, "Oh yeah, they're in Michigan or they're in Ohio State. Yeah, they definitely just got pepper
Dude,
sprayed." or
that
whatever
was
they
a
were.
wild scene, though, seeing people with their arms locked on the crying on the sideline.
That shit was wild.
Oh
And,
my
dude, Gus
god.
Johnson was like, you'd swear to God, someone just got shot in the face on the field. He's like, this This is the worst day in college football history. You cannot have this. This is Gus Johnson commentating on the game.
I will say I'm not. And look, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not really like the politically correct person, but I think all that's fair in football. Like you're gonna have it. Like it's part of it. Like what makes football great is these emotions that people have. Like you can't love the 60 minutes you just watched and hate that. Is my point. And I get it. Like you can have a little more sportsmanship or whatever, but like, dude, that's the biggest rivalry. Like one of the biggest rivalries there is. You wait your whole life to go to them schools to play each other. Like who knows what's being said? So yeah,
Ohio State, Michigan is literally called the game. Like that's it. Like it's pretty sweet.
There he is.
Prayers up for Bruiser.
Yes, sir.
Prayers up for Bruiser. All right, boys. That's enough of college football. I think I've pissed off enough Miami fans for another day.
You said it so much that Beetlejuice showed up.
But also, if you want to just go on my Twitter feed, you can see me really go on a fucking tangent on Saturday night.
It is funny watching. It is funny watching like Dolphins fans who are not fans of Miami University and just rip Miami on the timeline, and then it's like,
could you imagine
on you, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not going to follow this account anymore because he's not a U fan," and it was just a bad day for Miami sports.
See you later, losers.
It was a really bad holiday weekend for Miami sports. Not great, Bob.
Anyways, on to the Jets game. Is there a difference between Mario and Mike? Yeah, Mario played football. Actually, no, there's really not. One is skinny and one is fat. That's about it.
Joe's enjoying his time in the live chat. Hey, Eric, real quick, since we're going to pivot away from college football and Joe's in here and Ghost hasn't seen it either. Eric, grab my graphic for me, please. Cool thing happened today. It looks like a normal picture.
Give me 1 second. Let me see.
This is going to look like a normal picture at first, but I promise you, if you focus in on the one important part, you'll notice something very cool today. Quinton Bell, friend of the pod, was at the zoo with his family. They took a good picture. They posted it on Instagram. I didn't notice it at all. And Eric said, "What do y'all notice?" You can't see it at all, Eric.
I mean, that's all. That's the best that StreamYard lets me do.
Oh, he's got the dive bar hat on.
Yeah. There it is.
I didn't even see that.
Wearing the dive bar hat at the zoo with his family.
Bobby, good. Why did you keep this for me? That's incredible. Let's go, Quentin. Bro, he looked good in that hat too, though. He looked good in that hat.
Well, he's built like a Greek guy. He looks pretty good in body.
Yeah, that guy looks like an Adonis.
That's a great person to have walking around the zoo with
your
hat
that's pretty
on.
Sweet that like he just has it laying around and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna wear this hat today."
Yeah, I mean, he probably has loads of hats, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna wear this one today." Like that's sick.
You know, he's got a lot of hats.
100%.
When you see him show up for games, this dude dresses wide, like to the T, a different outfit, crazy outfit. So you know he was like to the zoo, something light, something casual. Oh yeah, that dive bar.
Bobby, did we tweet that?
No,
I was saving it to show y'all. It's from Instagram.
You're not on IG, right, Ghost? You're not on, or you have one?
I got no socials. I got no social footprint.
And I knew that, so I knew I could keep it from you.
It was on IG. That's why I sent it to them.
Surprise you live, but tomorrow we'll have to make tomorrow we'll have to make a post about it.
Sean, DM Joe Robbie on Twitter. That's how you get a hat. We got.
Dude, I just need one, bro. Just one player to wear it during a presser, or like just want that shot, like how they do the players come to the stadium.
Showing up to the stadium.
Would that be bigger? Would that be bigger than the Schefter Sunday morning tweet, though?
Oh, for sure.
I think so because we're a pod. We were built on the players, so like we're the players pod. So like that's our stomping grounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. It actually would. Yeah, it would feed families.
But, I will say every Sunday I look for it. I've kind of stopped looking for it. Not really. But I see their outfits and I kind of get it. I mean, you're dropping your best outfit. I understand that dive bar hat didn't make the cut, but I selfishly hope it does.
Just wait till we drop the new colorways.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be nice. Especially for the summer.
Especially once we're eliminated from the playoffs in like 2 weeks.
It's gonna be nice.
No, look, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna beat the Jets, then we'll beat Houston. And then after Houston, is it Jets again? No, it's not Jets again. Is that San Francisco?
San Francisco.
Texans.
No, it's Jets, Texans.
Yeah.
Then San Francisco.
Okay, and then
Browns.
Jets again.
Then Browns.
No.
And then the Jets again.
Yep.
We'll win 4, then the Jets will beat us on the last one just because.
Dude, imagine we go 9-8. Like, such a pathetic record. I would rather be 1-16, dude.
Yeah, because we're just gonna draft like 13 to 15 again, and this take another what's it called? Project.
Hey,
That's
say
what
what
I-
you want about Joe. This shit never doesn't crack me up when he's
Dude,
on the
that
top.
was my tweet after the game. That's the only thing I tweeted all week.
You guys
after the
remember
game.
when Joe came on this good old fashioned podcast here and said that we were going 16-1? Remember that?
Well, two got
With
hurt, so
conviction?
it didn't count.
Hey,
My
real
man
quick,
came on here with
I think
conviction.
T. Lee is saying good luck getting a hat.
That is what he's saying.
Joe, text T. Lee. Jesus Christ. Joe is head of merchandise, and yeah, he's a busy man.
He does a good
Apparel,
job.
merchandise and apparel.
Never broke a glass. We shipped over 100 glasses.
That's
Didn't
true.
break a single glass.
It might take a while, but he'll get it to you. You'll
He'll
get it.
to you
You just have to
safely.
be patient. We're not fucking Amazon, all right? We have day jobs.
I tell people every time they ask me, like, am I correct? Somebody messaged me one time. They said, am I on drugs? Is there not a link for the merchandise?
Nope.
You're not on drugs.
I said, look, I'm going to apologize. We're really just like, we wing this. Every
This is
episode, we
not
wing it.
prime.
And like, we're doing this like out the backyard in our garage, like old school style. So I apologize. One day we'll have the link. You can just buy everything and it'd probably be a lot more efficient for us. Probably sell a lot more stuff, but this is the way we're doing it.
For the record, just so there's clear clarification here, we sell all of these products at the price they are purchased at.
We've
The
made
only
zero.
reason-
Actually, we've lost money.
The
Lost
only,
money on these
lost
things.
money. The only reason why we sell the product is to get it in the hands and get you guys happy with your product and posting it. Like that's the
The
coolest
brand
thing.
exposure
That's
is
literally
all we
the
sell
coolest
it
thing.
for.
And anybody who has either the glass and or the hat knows that shit is prime quality.
It is. It is really good quality. These are
We
great
didn't cut
quality
any
hats.
corners here.
Great quality hats. Like these.
Yeah, we
dude,
won't cut any corners. This shit is gas.
No, you got. That's why Anthony is the best at, or Joe Robbie, government name drop.
Government name.
That's why Joe Robbie is the best at being head of merchandising and logistics.
He'll get it to you. Just be patient.
I know that we're going to get a great product. Glass and clothing, two things that he doesn't skimp on. And you're going to get a great product. And you're going to get it quickly. Well, you won't get it quickly, but you'll get it safely.
T-shirt is too much of a production. Like, then you got to take like sizes and shit. And then like, it's maybe when we get acquired by Metal Arc.
We do have some ideas.
Heavy, if
for-
you're listening, you can be bought. We will
Yeah.
be. We can be acquired if you're
All
listening.
right.
Metal Arc.
Let's get into the Jets game. I know that we
All
keep
right.
trying to get to the Jets game, but we just
Let's
can't.
shit on the Jets so I can actually. I'm gonna do my job this week. And I'll have a couple clips so that we can get Joey Jets pissed off a little bit.
Yeah. I really haven't seen too much of Joey on the
Yeah, of
timeline.
course not. He's in a hole somewhere hiding after all offseason just tweeting about how they're going to win the fucking Super Bowl.
Edge 1, Edge 2, DT2, DT3, DT4, CB4, CB2,
RB1, RB2.
S1, S2, all out. Like, I missed. Honestly, it's like he gets on your nerves so much, but then you miss him because it's just so funny seeing his tweets, just the way that he tweets. I think a lot of Jets fans, just from talking to them,
They want to lose.
they
don't want to win.
want to lose this game,
Yeah,
which
100%.
means they're
yeah.
they're probably gonna win the game. But no, I don't think they're gonna win. We're at home. It's a losing team. I have the utmost confidence that it's going to be another. Oh my God, we're so back. There's going to be another offensive genius McDaniel discourse going on. There's going to be another Tua. How can you put him out of the top three? Because he's probably going to throw for like 350 yards, 3 touchdowns. Achan's going to go off. Raheem Mostert might score a touchdown. Ramsey's
Sauce
probably going to
play. Sauce might not play.
Ramsey's probably going to get an
Good
interception. Zach Sealer's probably going to have 2 or 3 sacks. Shop Robinson's probably going to have 17 pressures and a sack and a half. So all the narratives that we all love arguing about and who's right and who's wrong, they're all going to come flooding back to timeline. We're going to forget
We'll put
that.
him to bed for 1 week.
We put him to bed for 1 week, and it's all going to come flooding back. And it's like, well, you remember you said this, you said this, you said this. And it's like, all the people that were talking about Tua last week, where are they at now? All the people talking about Chop last week, where are they at now? It's just going to come right back.
Better. They just fired their GM. I don't know that that's the case.
Dude, I kind of like Joe Douglas. I think that he built a good team. And it came down to, dude, they have a great roster.
The firing of Robert Saleh was not a good move.
That was never a good move. They just had to make a move. They let the pressure get to him.
He's definitely scapegoated there for sure. But again, is he a better coordinator than he is head coach? Probably.
I mean, well, they had more wins last year with Saleh and Zach Wilson than they're going to get this year, no?
They
Right?
were better with Zach Wilson, yeah.
Yeah, and Saleh.
Yeah.
You can't just put somebody in as a like that Ulbrich guy, their coach. Like you can't just put anybody to be a head coach. Like it doesn't work. I mean, we're seeing it with McDaniel. It's the same shit. Like your hand is in too many pots to like really do it. Like you have to it's something you have to like either be really good at or have had practice and failed before most of the time. You know, like Bill Belichick had like what he was like for the Jets first. Oh no. The Giants first, or the Browns, and then the Giants, and then the Patriots, and then finally, went like Andy Reid. Look at Andy Reid, probably the best coach in the league right now. Had multiple stops. Like you have to learn. Like you got to fail to learn, and then get better at it. It doesn't normally you don't get fucking Mike Tomlin on your first try every time. You know what I mean?
Actually, you could, because we could have, but he was too hip hop.
Hey, that wasn't Stephen Ross though. Wasn't that Wayne Huizinga?
Wayne Huizinga.
Don't
that
care.
Talk about
Who do we hire instead? This will be good.
Was that Wanstead?
No, I think it was right after that one.
It wasn't Saban.
Oh, fucking Saban.
Was it Fisperano?
No, Sperano was an interim.
Sperano was too late.
Also, pour some rest in peace, Tony.
No, dude, this was like 2003, 2002.
He just had 18 straight winning seasons, so 24 minus 18, 2006.
2006. Oh, what? He was in 2006. Oh my god.
Joe Philbin? Was it easy Joe Philbin?
No,
who's by the way the O-line coach for the Packers that just beat the shit out of us. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of drafting well, that their entire line was drafted and built, and fucking good.
It's almost like you're supposed to build the line through the draft.
Listen, and for everybody in the chat, we may or may not have a Twitter group chat. And if we would have just drafted, or over the last 3 years, if we would have drafted a quarter of the players that our group chat said to draft, we would be having none of these issues. And we're not talking about like first round picks, like no late round guys, like easy no-brain guy, like no-brainer guys. Like we would be an elite team right now.
To be fair, too,
allegedly.
It's like a consensus, though, Dolphins Twitter. It's not like we're doing something that's crazy or off the wall, or we're picking all these players that are like deep dives, like the Creed Humphrey thing. You trade up for Liam Eichenberg, the only offensive lineman that doesn't work out in the NFL from Notre Dame, like the only one ever.
Y'all boys are gonna love this one. We chose Cam Cameron over
Cameron
and Ted Ginn's family.
Ted Ginn's family. But in fairness, we were gonna we were mad because it wasn't Brady Quinn. Like whatever, it ended up being fine.
The thing is, you could talk about like busts in the draft. Ted Ginn almost had like a 20-year career, and he was still putting up like numbers and touchdowns late in his career.
He got better as his career went on. Honestly,
yeah, he was all right.
He aged like fine wine.
He might have been overdrafted, but is he a bust? No, dude. It's like, dude, same thing with like Chase Daniels.
This was also a good one.
I remember that specifically. Did you know? I remember
reading Culpepper's knee over Drew Brees' throwing shoulder. It seemed like a sound decision at the time.
That was Saban, right?
Yeah,
that was Saban.
Dude, Saban and Brees they would have just wrapped up a 6 Super Bowl run.
But the thing is, Saban coached Gus Frerotte to 9-7.
Galloping Gus.
Then he made the decisions for Culpepper over Brees, and then left.
No, then he went to freshman, and then he's not going back to college, and then he left.
Yeah, and then he just left. Like,
let us not forget.
He really did just like burn the bitch down and go, I'm not fucking sitting through this. I'm out.
I'm not going back to college. I have no desire. Then the next day.
Incredible. Yeah, he's like, I'm retiring from football, and then just went back to Alabama was giving him way more than he would have ever made as an NFL coach.
Yeah. Also, he's a ledge.
Yeah. God damn, dude. Shit's so
We've had some pretty bad like choices many times over.
But yeah, the Jets game. We keep getting off topic on the Jets game.
We already spoke. What are we gonna do?
We
What
don't
else are
want
we
to
gonna
face
talk about
the
Jets
truth.
game? Like, what are
Talk
we gonna
about
talk
anything
about?
but the truth.
We go predictions on the Jets.
Chop will definitely have a couple pressures and sacks because there's no elite tackles on that team. Steelers gonna eat. I mean, Ramsey's gonna lock up Devontae Adams' old ass. Garrett Wilson won't have any catches because he's on my fantasy team, and Aaron Rodgers can't throw the ball past 7 yards. And yeah, we'll win.
Yeah,
I want to talk on this real quick. One thing y'all got to realize
Never. I don't
they
think
triggered. Yeah, they triggered those guys' practice windows
Doesn't
just
mean
to
they're
start
playing.
them. That don't mean they won't let them run right out and those guys go to IR for the rest of the year.
I'm pretty sure that Chubb has a $10 million injury like protection on his contract for this year. So if he goes out and plays and gets hurt, then we're gonna owe him that money. And I don't think we're doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if we win like 3 in these next 3 or something, or next 2, and like we're close, and like, but the Denver winning last night like puts us so much further back. Like we would need a miracle to get in now.
Denver's got a tough schedule coming up.
Denver's
Their
good.
end of the year is crazy though.
But dude,
I don't think Denver's as good as the people
good.
think they are. I don't think they are.
They have a legitimate defense, and again,
Dude, they just let Jameis Winston put 38 points with 4 interceptions. Like, come on, let's be real here.
dude, they pick.
They're beating bad teams. If they win that last 3 games, then I'll talk about Denver.
Okay, maybe they can beat another Miami team.
Ant's freaking out.
What?
It's like, I know those guys.
Yeah, I know. I think Denver's they got a great defense, and if you run the ball and play defense, I mean, you could beat. The game hasn't changed in 100 years.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We don't do either of those things, lad.
We don't do any of them well. Well, we're gonna do it. I'll get back on my bullshit when we give up 13
under
points.
19 points this weekend.
I'm like, we're so fucking
We played our best ball when Tua was out. That's the sad part. Tua never got to see any of that.
They played the best defense when Tua was out. It was incredible.
And our line was knocking motherfuckers out.
Yo, the Jets were going to go up 28-3, I believe it was, on the Seahawks on Sunday. And then Aaron Rodgers threw a pick 6 and they lost that game. Do you think he's even going to play? Like, do you think they'll play him this week?
Yeah.
They said he's starting.
Yeah. What are they going to do? What, they could pull their guys? I mean, they could do an organizational tank.
Yeah.
Sure.
Woody Johnson don't give a goddamn. He's already proven that. He don't care at all.
Yeah. They got no GM, so it's like they could start. I mean, hypothetically, they could start pulling guys and start accumulating drafts for their new GM because this is a mini rebuild for the Jets. They're literally in the mid.
Their rosters were like their roster construction is worse than ours. They just traded for and paid Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers on the books next year too, no matter what.
That is true.
Aaron Rodgers got like 60 million on the cap.
Yeah, they're in a way worse position than us. Like they actually went all in, and
dude, that's got to be so. I mean, we did too, though, man.
But we have outs.
We went for players in their prime. Like you could understand that. They were 2-6 or whatever and traded for Devontae Adams.
Yeah, old ass
really
Devontae Adams is going to save the season because
one
Aaron
clip
Rodgers
from Pat McAfee's show was going to send them to the moon.
I remember that day. Fucking Mike Greenwood was insufferable on Get Up. That fucking guy, dickhead.
It was lit though. I can imagine sitting there as a Dolphins fan and if we would have just traded for Tyreek Hill and it was midseason and he just walks into the frame as Tua's on Pat Mac, I can imagine that being awesome. But you're 2-6, and they won since then.
Of old, not the
or
same.
Won
guy.
one game.
What happened? Did they win? I think they won that one game. They beat Houston. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's dude. Houston's lost to the Titans and the Aaron Rodgers Jets this year.
Oh, they're gonna beat the shit out of us.
You know that's gonna happen.
CJ Stroud, the regression has been so bad this year, but he'll ball out against us. I assure you that.
He'll just run for like 120 yards because we can't get the edge.
Joe
You know what gets me? You know what gets me so pissed off is when I see, and like even the guys that are hurt, they used to do this too. Jalen Phillips, Bradley, not so much Bradley Chubb. Jalen Phillips used to do it all the time. Is they just run right past the quarterback, like they see this like carrot, they run right past the quarterback, and the quarterback just is like, all right, now I'm just gonna break contain and run for 20 yards. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that play. And then some guys are wide open in the flats as well.
Oh, wait till 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers scampers for like a 3rd and 9 on us on Sunday. It's gonna happen.
I need to Azeez Al-Jarari his ass.
3 games is steep. It's steep.
I think he got up.
Have you seen his track record though? He's got
Yeah,
like
it's bad.
6 fragments.
I saw Alcho put it out there. He's got some questionable things on his track record.
Because I was thinking when it first came out and they said he was going to appeal it, I said he could probably get that down to a 2. Still going to miss the Dolphins game. But then I seen the whole list, and it's like, dude, you got no chance of telling people that you deserve a break.
He's got some bad ones on there. Like
choke Tom Brady.
Choke Tom Brady in 2022. Didn't he like punch Roshan Johnson and like somebody else on the Bears in one game?
Speared Tony Pollard in the back as he was laying on the ground after the whistle.
He's got that Ndamukong Suh track record.
Hey, but he posted that, he believes in Allah and he was just trying to, play a little physical. That's all. So, it's fine.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence did get up and walk to the golf cart and he was fine after that.
Yeah, but he fenced hard and we know fencing and he fenced.
No fencing, better than anybody.
I think we're fencing experts, some would say.
Yeah. You can be a neurological expert if you're on Dolphins Twitter just for how much trauma and
I was watching that. I was like, it was like the Leo meme. I was like,
there it is.
I was like, he fenced. There it is.
Yeah. And it's the head bouncing off the ground. It really wasn't even he didn't even hit him that hard. It was the head bouncing off the ground.
Yeah. What the Thompson has regressed? Oh, Thompson's no longer the backup. That project is done also. That experiment is over. Skylar Thompson, you better learn French, buddy, because you'll be playing in Quebec next year.
First of all, you have to be good to regress.
Yeah.
There was no progression.
Nah, don't you remember that Minnesota game his rookie year?
The Bills playoff game.
Yeah, thanks Zach Sealer though for that and Christian Wilkins.
Jalen Phillips.
Yo,
Jalen Phillips recovering quickly, huh?
He's built like a freak. He's young.
That guy's a specimen.
What a Greek freak. That's just crazy.
Just can't stay not hurt. Like if he's just like a normal guy, he'd be chilling.
I get so mad though because knowing just like Jordan Poyer came onto this team.
Oh my god!
The only things that Jordan
now you're gonna piss me off. We've had a good episode.
The only things that Jordan Poyer has missed tackles, came in, hurt our best pass rusher. He hurt our best pass rusher on a missed tackle. He combined. He fucking missed the tackle and took out Jalen Phillips for the year.
Hey, you know how crazy it is that we've hit the point in the year that his wife is now tweeting about the bill. She thinks she's back in Buffalo. She's getting she thinks she's gonna get some kind of like participation trophy or something if they go win the Super Bowl. Like no one over.
They're gonna send you guys a ring.
She
said no one can change what they built 8 years ago.
Move on.
Hey, honey, they shipped his ass out. He ain't there for a reason.
It reminds me of the not to trash on her all day, but she reminds me of the Drake meme where he's sitting in the Kentucky locker room with the tracksuit on. He thinks he's on the team.
He thinks he's on the team.
Every time I see her tweet, I'm like, oh, I just get the Drake meme in my mind.
I think it's time to mute her on the timeline. I can't anymore with the Bills propaganda.
I like watching it because you have the Dolphins fans coming in all pissed off, and then you have the Bills fans coming in like, stay on your side, honey.
Like, we don't want you here. We didn't want you here. Clearly.
Like, hey, there's a reason why he's gone. But again, sorry, Jordan. No offense.
Every offense.
I'm held to a high standard at my job, and that's all that we're doing here.
In America, if you're not good at your job, you're getting replaced.
Yeah.
But he still gets to play every Sunday.
And we shipped off Marcus May, who sealed the game for the Chargers because of course
the Chargers is so good. But also, it's not like he made a fucking play. That ball was lollipop to him. Let's be clear.
It's still so Dolphins though. It's still like, okay, that's awesome.
Noah Igbenogany is now a top 5 corner.
This is so good
in the league.
This was a crazy error.
This is so good.
Error.
She's
not
good. That's disrespectful to dude. Brenton Grimes' wife, Nico
Grimes, yeah.
Nico is in a league of her own.
This is a pretty fair point.
She's fucking crazy.
We'd be mad at both of them.
Yeah, but I mean, Greer 2 years late on that deal, like Deshaun Elliott walks, he signs Poyer.
Even if we make the playoffs, there's just no way. There's just no way he can be justified to have another year. There's just no way. There's no way.
It's
Right,
just,
but
it's
the point
stupid.
is, if he's never brought here, he can't look like he looks.
No, but I'm just saying, like, from the Stephen Ross standpoint, like, how can you be such a successful billionaire and like have a blind spot for this? Like, I know the Dolphins are just your play toy, but like, there's no way he gets another shot at doing anything.
You
There's
do
just
realize though, you do realize that like Stephen Ross has probably like 1,000 meetings a day not to deal with football. Nothing to do with football at all.
He doesn't do
Like
anything.
this guy owns like 10,000 properties in New York.
He just cuts checks. It's the Dolphins are literally just a plaything, and no matter how bad we are, he doesn't care because it's profitable.
Yeah.
No matter what. Like, no matter what.
Yeah, but he also
matter what.
he does open his checkbook to give them every
Yeah, no, 100%.
chance to build the winning team. It's not like he's
100%.
just like,
Like,
I need to make money off of this.
but he does make money off of it. So like he could sleep just fine at the end of the night, you know?
Yeah, Brandon
Like-
Short just tells him, "Hey, buddy, we need to convert this into a bonus." He's like, "Say less," and writes a $25 million check.
It's like, here you go. We'll just make it back in F1 sales. It's no biggie.
The F1. I hate when I get that. Dude, it's so funny that the Dolphins ticket reps did not reach out to me this week, but they made sure to send me a text message, call me, and send me an email last week to make sure that I renew my season tickets.
Elite.
Last week, though.
Elite salespeople.
But they didn't do it this week. They didn't do it this week, though.
Although, well, they knew.
Dude, they try to. It's predatory. It's literally predatory.
They got
I booked my flight for the San Francisco game because we won. Predatory.
It's part of everybody has a job. They're doing their job. I mean,
I know.
You know what? In hindsight, Ross costing us the first and second rounder, I don't care because he was trying to get us Harbaugh. And look at Harbaugh, what he's doing.
he's trying to get Tom Brady.
Dude, we interviewed Harbaugh.
Oh man,
We interviewed.
You
What
think
happened?
the funny when we're winning Mike McDaniel's good? You got to see the Harbaugh stuff is elite stuff.
Yeah.
He is the man. Like he is so great.
Well,
It
he's
like
a-
makes you want to root for the Chargers.
He was a decent football player too.
Dude, when he puts on the gloves and he's out there catching like pre-game with Justin Herbert, it's just amazing content. It's just so good.
He's like an old kind of stiff dude too. So like,
Just like
he's trying to be loose with it, but he's just like he's like looking around.
and one of my best friends is the Chargers fan, so I sent him all the clips, and he's like, he's a national treasure. We must protect them at all costs. And I'm like, I'm so jealous of you. The guy's just the fucking man.
And then we have a guy again like making jokes at the podium because he won a game. It's like, oh, what do you think of Matt Fleur? Well, he's probably the best looking guy in the field at any given time. I'm like, dude, you won a game. And I kind of knew at that point. I'm like, dude, we're not taking this seriously. We win. We always do this. We win we win 2 or 3 in a row. Get at the podium before your next big game. It's like, let's shut down some narratives. You know, we're gonna break the narratives. And McDaniel's at the press conference saying like, making jokes about how good looking Matt Fleur is and how it's cold doesn't affect us. And the writing's on the wall. And I don't know what they're doing behind closed doors, but it's like, how are they
mad enough? I'll tell you that. They don't get mad enough. I'll tell you that.
I wonder if they're still starting like meetings at 24 minutes or something like that.
And they should start at 25 because
might as well start at 25 now.
might as well.
Look, I'll say this: they have to do something. So, like, McDaniel's going to be back, okay, but like they got to fire Greer. They won't, but like for me to truly feel
They will
excited
fire
about
Greer.
a difference in the team, they got to fire Greer.
They're gonna
And
fire
look,
Greer.
And it can be flipped pretty quickly. Honestly, I feel like if you get the right GM that knows trenches to come in
We'll
with
get
10
Joe
draft
Douglas. It'll be perfect.
10 draft picks, create some cap space. You're going to probably cut Chubb post June 1st. That's 20. Restructure Tua, whoever. Look, 10 draft picks and 30 million in the trenches.
10 draft picks.
It can be
4
fixed
offensive
easily.
linemen.
No.
I think we're going to run it back regardless of what happens. McDaniel's going to be here. Greer's going to be here. Everyone's going to be here.
I said I agreed on that last year, but there's no way. There's no way. There's just no way.
I really think it is.
There is no way that Greer gets to run another draft. There's just no way. There cannot be.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, there can be, but like there just
I
cannot be.
I hope you're right. Like, we all want you to be right. It's just what we've seen. So it's hard to like.
Man, that blackmail folder he's got on Steve Ross must be filled with just
Diddy,
the deepest, darkest of things. Because
famous island, just everything.
I hope my current boss, if you're watching this, I hope you're as nice as Stephen Ross is to Chris Gear, because Lord, have mercy. Any parting thoughts, boys, before next week?
I mean, we're gonna win. You know, everyone's gonna be all excited. VBS will be back on his shit because it doesn't for him. Like people, it doesn't matter if Miami wins or loses. You know what he's here for. You know, people will be back on the train saying like, giving us playoff scenarios. People will be messing with the playoff simulator. This.
Oh, they already are.
They already are. But it'll be back to business, like people pushing narratives and
the road to 10-7.
As I've been saying, as I've been pounding the table, Ghost, why did you think this? Oh, I'm going to talk to myself in the third person. You know, a lot of that going on in the timeline. I said it in a space 5 weeks ago. There's a lot of it. There's going to be a lot of it going on. You know how it goes. But this is going to be we're going to go back up on the roller coaster this week for sure. We might go up again the week after. So we'll see.
Bobby, any parting thoughts?
Well, for the record, while I know that this is probably over, I'm riding the roller coaster till the bitch hits the end. So if it goes up, awesome. I'm going up. And it's gonna just come that further back down. That's cool. Get my money's worth. But hey, I'm riding the roller coaster to the end because that's all we got. We wait all year for this shit. So I'm not just gonna like shut down now. Also, I do want to say this. If you have chance and you have a time, go vote for Jonnu Smith to the Pro Bowl. He deserves it. He's never made the Pro Bowl. He wants to make the Pro Bowl for the first time in his career. He deserves it. Get out there and vote for Jonnu Smith, currently third in the AFC tight end votes. Other than that, let's just see how Sunday goes. I guess we'll see what we're talking about come Tuesday. I'm sure it'll be interesting.
The road to 10-7 starts on Sunday, boys. Don't forget it. Everybody, appreciate y'all tuning in. Until next time. Fins up.
Everybody freeze.